Yo, it's Kalen, aka Ruffian, aka Kid Silencer, and I've been crumping just around 2 years. I first found out about Krump when I was about 15 years old. Yeah, I was at a competition and I saw some kids do it, and they were dancing in the competition and they won, and I was like, oh man, what's that style? And then I spoke to my dance teacher about it, and she was like, that's called Krump. And ever since then, I started doing my research into that. I've first mainly taught myself, trying to watch videos. Like, first people I actually started watching were like Godson, Arthur, Briggs or Calvin, and then like stuff like that. And then started going on YouTube, finding that research about it, and then doing stuff like that. So my first big homie was Shorty Buck, Claire Howe. She's my first ever person that ever taken really my basics and pushed me a lot in the Krump community, because I grew up in Portsmouth. There's not a big Krump community down in Portsmouth, so it's a big help from her. She met me at a battle, and I battled her fam in a Portsmouth battle, little thing like that. And she was like, yeah, you're Buck, I'm gonna train you. And I was like, oh, sick. And then she kept training me until it got to Full Culture. And it was the first Full Culture. I got spotted by Shush and Aim, and they came up to me and approached me. They were like, oh, we want you to join the Science Fam. And that was like my first ever time ever a fam approaching me going, yeah, we would like you to come join. I was like, yeah, sick. And then since that, I learned all my basics from Claire, and I went on a new path and learned from Aim and Shush and then the Silencer, and got the rank Kid Silencer. First came up with my Krump name, it was when I started crumping, trying to figure out my style and how I moved. We found a character, me and Claire, we were literally on WhatsApp together, found my character, and then we kept pushing to see who this character was. And we figured out it was more like a thug. It was like, he's a bully, he's a thug, things like that. And then we thought, oh, we just can't call it thug. We can't just call it like a generic name. So we were like, okay, let's look up different names. So I started going on Google, things like that, looking up different words and different ways of saying the word thug, and then I came across Ruffian. It's a very old term, and I was thinking, oh, it just sits right. It sits perfectly fine. It's the one of them words that's like, okay, yeah, it's right. So yeah, so that's how we got the character name. That's how we got Ruffian. Who's my hardest battle? I think one of my hardest battles was against Crooked District and Builder Hype. Yeah, most definitely. It's one of them battles that pushed me to my limit. And then there's also them battles against Shaq, Junior Silencer. How many times I've gone against that guy and he's just wow. Yeah, there's been battles that Can't Touch Us 2 on 2 when we battled him. It was me and Taylor versus him and Blood, and then I went against him again at the Reading battles, and it was in the final. But yeah, them two were probably the hardest battles I've ever done. It was against Crooked District and then Junior Silencer. I feel like one of my future goals is to travel internationally, especially as I was meant to go to Idis this year, and then this whole pandemic stuff happened. So yeah, definitely travel internationally and also try and get my name a bit more out there, especially in the UK community and then as well as internationally. But yeah, they're my future goals so far, and then hopefully branch out and then broaden.